Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. More specifically, to the expansion territory, to the Peril on Gorgon. Largely because I feel like I've gotten to a point in the storyline in which, like, everything that I do from here on out is more or less going to be endgame. I have not reached the point of no return, but I feel as though the point of no return is going to be something I would like to just carry on out. Like, something that I would just want to reach that point and immediately steamroll my way through it. Rather than get to that point and be like, oh, I guess I should probably do some side activities.
Spacer's choice made here, but it figures they'd leave it to someone else to clean up. Can we talk?
We can talk, and also, Spacer's Choice slogan is literally, "We are the worst product available." So
we're really gonna do this? I've seen lots of crazy, Captain, but Phineas is in a class of his own. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into Terra-2's orbit right under the board's nose?
Yes, I trust Phineas. Or, how about this? I'm not sure, but it is our best chance.
There's a sobering thought. Makes me want to drink. I think this whole plan's insane, but it'll make a good story, you know, if we survive. Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony, but what about you? Why risk your neck on this crazy scheme?
Let's see, well, what about you? You're still with me. The people of Halcyon deserve a chance. It's just my kind of crazy. What else am I going to do, for better or worse? That sounded better than being home. What about you? You're still with me.
I'll do anything for a good story, and nothing shines on a pirate's resume like a successful suicide mission. But I asked you first.
Let's see. What else am I going to do? For better or worse, my future is tied to Halcyon now, which I think is true.
Makes you wish for a fancier ship with bigger engines. Don't know about you, but I'd be out of here if I could. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this corner of the galaxy?
No bigger or uglier than what the board is going to leave. We'll pull together. I'm not optimistic, but we gotta try something before we all go down. If they're half as capable as me, we'll be in good hands. Wow, that's, is that a healthy ego or an unhealthy ego? We gotta try something before we all go down.
I'd settle for a bottle of whiskey and some lubrinicine, but I've never been much of a self-starter.
Lubrinicine?
Well, whenever you're ready to do this, I'm with you. The part with the Hope, I mean, not the other thing. Anything else?
Alright. Let us carry on.
Be informed that emergency evacuation protocol is currently in progress.
I was gonna say, why is there an alarm blaring? And there's a dead guy on the street. Some punks chopped off his head. I'm the only one who stopped to see if he's dead. And then immediately looted him, so maybe I'm not the good guy. Ooh, but there's somebody still manning the general store. Sir.
Supplies if you need them. No one lasts long on Gorgon unprepared.
There are people dead in the street, like 30 yards away from you.
You looking for supplies, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one around here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular.
I take it that evacuation alarm isn't urgent.
Huh? Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. It's got something to do with that scrapped Spacer's Choice project from way back. Damn alarm's been hollering at us for 5 years if it's been a day. You know, I don't dream anymore. It's all, please evacuate in an orderly fashion.
What if you moved away from the alarm?
Folks coming and going pass right by me here. It's the ideal spot to do business. Apart from the obvious. And there ain't much I can do to shut that control terminal down. I know, because even Von Hoffman couldn't bash it in. And I seen that tough son of a gun throw a man clean across the Sprat Shack one time like he were a toss ball.
Okay. So people still come and go through here, even though, like, Spacer's Choice has already evacuated the place? Or at the very least, enough people come and go through here. It's probably, if it's Marauders, then it's probably going to be, bounty hunters, pirates, the like. Employee Dominic Tran currently owes 9508 bits. Account paid in full. Let's see, displaying... Let's see, 350 cartons containing 100 units of each of sterile injection ampules. 3 corporate security squads, 500 rounds of light ammunition, 2,000 rounds of heavy ammunition. Why do I have more rounds of either ammunition on my own person? Let's see, 200 cartons containing redacted, 3 discharged staff, 5 reassigned staff. 100 cartons containing prototype redacted, 2 tons of raw ore of redacted. Manifest contents exceed the recommended maximum weight of the vessel. That seems problematic. It's not the best choice, it's the only choice. Mr. Tran, are you aware of the concept of relativity? This is a rhetorical question. I'm aware that Spacer Choice training does not include business philosophy in its curriculum. Consider this a remedial education. Broadly, relativity is an economic idea that describes productivity in terms of relationship. For example, from your point of view, the Argosies, i.e. your freight depot, exports shipments at a perfectly reasonable rate. However, from the point of view of your enterprising colleague, i.e. S. Reynard, the Argosies freight depot exports shipments at a positively pathetic rate. If a single one of your colleagues is capable of 3 times your productivity, then relative to your colleague, the Argosy freight depot is a failure. The rubric of your success is measured relative to your fastest, strongest, and most productive colleagues. Do you understand? Please take a moment and consider the contents of this message and commit them to heart. Furthermore, please select one of the following reprimands below and append it to your permanent record. The quality of your work is unacceptably low by Spacer's Choice standards. The quality of your work is unacceptably low relative to that of your colleagues. By receiving an official reprimand on your permanent record, you have violated the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct, which will result in an official reprimand. So by receiving an official reprimand, this will result in official reprimand. Will that secondary official reprimand also result in another official reprimand? Do you now have an infinite amount of official reprimands? From Dominic Tran to S. Reynard. Buddy, I don't understand how you managed to log 3 times the number of shipments I do out of that miserable shack you call an office, but you need to cut it the fuck out. Mostly he's been poking at the Argosy's ship rate numbers again, and now he's starting to ask why Lewis and I can't pack as quickly together as you can alone. I'm thinking maybe I should tell him you're dipping into that supply of the prototype Adrenatime. I don't think he'll like that, do you? Shit, maybe you are. If that's the case, well, maybe you ought to come lend me and Lewis a hand when we load up the next haul of test subject corpses. Get yourself a real good view of what Chem's Wonder drug does. Huh. from to Domitran from Velasquez. Dom, you gotta help me out. The Monarch delivery's gone MIA, and now the big guy at the corporate is messaging my personal terminal looking for answers. Not mostly, not Goodfellow. That seersucker suit-wearing MFer from Byzantium, Bancroft. Your kid cousin still works on Cascadia, right? Do you think you could hoof it over to Stellar Bay and just, I don't know, poke around the port, see if it's there? The shipment ID's Z42ML8TXY, the transport we packed last week. I know it's a lot to ask, and you know how I feel about begging for handouts, but I swear to the law, if I looked out my door, that Bancroft guy'd be there in the street, slapping a wrench against his palm like a mob boss in one of those bootleg cereals from Groundbreaker. Please, man, you know how fond I am of my kneecaps. Lewis. I wonder if I go back to, if I go to Monarch, would I be able to find that package? Either way, let's go into the Sprat Shack, see if we could follow up on Lucky Montoya? Was that his name? Lucky Montoya's trail? Find the rest of his body that his arm was separated from? Though I presume there's going to be more at work, like, our goal is to get into the Spacer's Choice facility, find, Wilhelmina Ambrose's, her mother's, journal.
Let's have a chat.
This looks like a terrible bar.
All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now. Good. Look up. Now look down. You're doing swell. Now, name and occupation.
Malice, captain of the
Good enough
Unreliable.
For me, you're cleared to pass. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs.
What did you mean when you said people had changed?
Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. Never for the better.
Okay, so they might be affected by whatever Spacer's Choice was working on. What exactly happens when people change?
First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves, on account of how they soiled themselves.
That would probably be a
After
good reason
that,
why
they're
they
gone.
smell like
Nothing
that.
but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself.
Literally or figuratively?
Watch
All right.
yourself out there.
That was a good chat, Von Hoffman. I'm going to move on. Can I steal anything? Or should I say, can I just take anything?
Smell that? Cheap whiskey and stale cigarettes. My kind of place. Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
All right. We got some bar patrons. We got Trixie.
You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine, you tangle-footed dimwit.
Break it up, you two. I've heard more than enough of your shit for one day. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Whiskey. I'm feeling refined. Wine, make it purple berry. I want to see colors. Lots of them. I'm good, thanks.
So, you just wandered in for the genteel conversation. Suit yourself. I assume you're here for salvage.
Sure. Got any leads?
Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
Let's see. You know anyone by the name of Lucky Montoya?
Lucky. Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
The Office of Creative Incubation?
That's where the top rungers at Spacer's Choice came up with slogans and marketing. Lucky never told me why it was so important. Awful shame about what happened to him.
Oh, what happened to him? I know about the severed arm, but the rest is a
You
mystery.
know about that? Huh. Word must travel fast around these parts. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Go on.
Get this. The canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon Parcel Service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
Okay, so she sent the package. The arm made it to me. I'm Hawthorne's next of kin. Sort of.
No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this confluence of events, you know? The stars really aligned on this one. And here I am, smack dab in the middle.
Why bother sending the arm at all, actually?
I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
Where was Lucky staying?
3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
Okay.
Be seeing you.
That already sounds gross.
I wouldn't get too close to that railing, just in case.
You think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like, maybe not.
I'm sure they're thinking that we're gonna steal the profits of their scavenging. Level head. Nothing. A focus it all capsule. Bypass shunts, always useful, requires a code to unlock. You're sleeping right there. Oh my, this requires 150 lockpicking. I am not good enough. Day 1. Spacer's Choice may have left in a hurry, but they didn't forget to lock up the doors on their way out. Most of the facilities are sealed up tighter than a top runger's safe. Time to do some digging. Day 6. Caught a break today. Met a scavenger who claims to be a salesman for Spacer's Choice. Sold me a key to the Office of Creative Incubation. Let's just say this guy is about as lucid as a sprat in a Rizzo's factory, but I'm spending Minnie's bits so I can afford to take a chance. Day 7. It worked. Clarence Mostly, whoever you are, I'm drinking to you tonight. Oh, okay, so yeah, Mostly was one of the people that Dominic Tran referred to on his messaging. Day 10. Olivia Ambrose's office and journal ought to be in the Synthesis and Manufacturing Center. The bad news is it's sealed up and at the ass end of the canyon. The good news is I should be able to open it up from the Bigwig's admin terminal in the in OCI, Office of Creative Incubation. OCI is crawling with marauders, and I've got a few other leads to chase down. Could be nothing, but my gut tells me there's more to this place than a missing journal. Time to turn over a few rocks and see what crawls out. I'm leaving the OCI key in the safe. The combo is 4815. Oh, a successfully, carefully preserved eyeball. Mostly intact.
As a medical professional, I gotta say, that is very well preserved and disgusting.
You think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
That is an excellent question. I don't know if I necessarily want the answer. But apparently that is the key to get inside the Office of Incubation. So let's head outside of this building.
Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work and put you to rest, good and proper.
I'm just hoping we don't need Lucky's arm to open something else.
Or any of Lucky's other appendages. Alright, so I need to go... It's a little bit of a crowded area. A little dense. So I need essentially go out this, down the canyon, and it's essentially the first building I come to on the right. But apparently there are marauders. As to be expected. And there are also... sick individuals. Maybe people, maybe not.
Whatever happened here, we're not gonna be next. Be ready.
I'm ready. But are you ready to do what's right? Bonus points if you happen to know what movie that's from. It's not a good movie, so you don't need to feel bad if you don't. Oh. Is this a little private spaceship? Oh my. I think this force field's turned on, and it severed that guy's head. Huh. Is there a way to turn off this force field? Don't think so. Though I do see stuff in there. So I presume there has to be some means of acquiring stuff. I had to try. Is this door open or is it sealed? It is closed. Can I unlock this? I think I can.
If they didn't want to tempt us, why'd they lock it up?
Also, is that better than my original... Like, what... I'm sure this level area is going to be different. So this is a level 20, and this is a level 26. So these guns are actually a little bit better than what I got. That's a 368. What I have is a 5... what I've just picked up is a 525. So it is definitely the better choice. It is not a spacer's choice, so that also makes it better. I'm just seeing, like, if there's a possibility that I could just jump over this gate. I might have to move on. Okay, I guess I'll move on. Maybe its secrets will be open to me later. Ah, hello. I know, I probably shouldn't be looting while shooting. Alright, let's knock you down. Because these guys are definitely going to be tougher. At the very least, in regards to the things I'm carrying on my person.
Won't try that again.
Since what I've been carrying around was probably going to be more useful for me in the main game. But this is the DLC we're talking about. Unsanctioned mining gear. Oh, that's where his hands went up. Okay. Were they actually looting this ship? And is there stuff for me to loot, now that I have looted them? The answer is no. That's fine. We can move on. There's enough asteroid on this asteroid for me. I guess it's not enough asteroid for all of us, because I've already shot them. There is apparently a destination here. Though it is not the current destination. Shall we see what's at the top of this elevator? At this elevator shaft? Like, I suppose it goes to this set of buildings. Could be like, a housing area, if it's not one of the science areas.
I'll keep it down.
I'll talk very, very quietly. Now that we are all behaving in a stealth-like manner. Alright, and nope, that toolbox cannot be opened. Oh, hello, dead guy. There we go. Just slowly picking up the things in front of him. Oh, and I can pick that. I might as well see how good this tactical shotgun is in comparison to my current shotgun. So that's 695 DPS, 69 times 8. 757 DPS, 63 times 12. Okay. So, swapped out some weapons, put some weapons into junk. Why, hello, Marauder Plunderer. Alright. This does look like some of those abandoned areas in Edgewater. Nope, stop. Moving in front of me.
That's the last of them.
Alright, so these are essentially abandoned...
What was I saying? Oh, this looks just like the abandoned parts of Edgewater.
Let's keep moving before we get all introspective. You, doing okay, Parvati?
I've been better. But thank you for asking.
Oh, what is this? Day 0, ship just left. Law blessed for getting Leonora off this blasted rock. Etheridge called me a fool for giving her my ticket, but Etheridge is a dumbass. So what does he know? I'll do it again in a second. From now on, my only goal is survival until Spacer's Choice comes back to the rest of us. My heart, I will find my way to you. Some of us sheltered in the mines last night, taking turns keeping watch. I don't care to imagine what happened to the others who aren't here. I can hear marauders screaming in the hills. Used a little adrenatime today. Not much, just enough to stay alert. Luckily I did, or we wouldn't have heard those mantisaurs coming in time to get the hell out of here. Going to search out a different cavern shelter tomorrow. Mine's not safe. Law, damn it, shouldn't have gone in there in the first place. I think we were exposed to something in the air, maybe. Day 5. Most of us made it over to the apartments. We're packed in here like saltuna for now, but hopefully we can get a few more units barricaded and sealed up tight, make them safe so we can spread out a little more. Day 6. I went by Elle's in my old apartment while hunting for supplies and stashed the flask she gave me on the day we signed our marriage contract, just in case something happens and comes looking. Maybe she'll find it, even if she doesn't find, well, that's if some shiftless looter doesn't find it first. Day 7. Carlson's been short with everyone today. Carlson. Most days you could drop a flange wrench on her foot and the woman would apologize for being in the way, but for a minute there I really thought she was going to stab Simon. Day 8. Ambushed by marauders in the night. Had to use adrenatime again to keep awake. Sorry, Elle, I didn't have much of a choice. Even with the adrenatime, I almost can't believe I outlasted them. Next time, maybe best not to think about next time. Day 15. Starting to think we're spaced, but can't think like that. Gonna get back to you, Leonora, I swear. I miss you like breathing. Law and adrenatime, gonna go look for more. Day 22. I just gotta get back to Elle. Day 34. Etheridge stole my mock apple, that void-forsaken spratsack. Want to unzip his arms off and beat him with them. I could do it. He sleeps so weak, so stupid. Jesus. Get 2 messages on your phone, and then it's like nothing else matters. Day 42. Where in the system is Spacer's Choice? Where are those blasted ships they promised they'd send for us? Did they forget we're here? Makes a man wonder. All my loyalty, and for what? Only loyal to Elle now. Maybe they abandoned us. It's on purpose. I know it. On purpose. They left us here to die. They left us here to die. If Etheridge steals what's mine again, I'll end him. Elle. How long does it take to send help? How long? How long? Come back and face us, you cowards, Spacers, cowards. Day... Question mark plus? I feel sick. BC trying to picture Il's face, and I can't anymore. Forgive me, Elle. Etheridge dead. Deserved it. Itchy. Tasty. And is it surprising to find another colony, or should I say another part of the colony that has been abandoned by the corporation? Like, Monarch is more or less a success story in their ability to survive without any support. They were essentially thrown to the wilds by the board in their abandonment, and they made do with the help of mercenaries and whatnot. But with Spacer's Choice, they essentially left behind a planet that is already suffering from their experiments, whatever their experiments are. Combine that with the marauders. Combine that with the lack of supplies. Dear Cousin Dan, Adrenatime really leaves you wanting more, doesn't it? We got through the first batch fast, but lo and behold, Reed gave us more, in recognition of our exemplary work ethic and unwavering brand loyalty. How about that? Still no letter for you? I've been feeling a tad queasy lately, but I'm sure a little Adrenatime is just what I need to shake it off. Write me back. How are the sunsets on Gorgon? Do you get sunsets? You know, I'm feeling terrible due to all of the drugs I've been taking, so if I take some more drugs, I will feel better. I feel like that's... I was actually just reading a story somebody wrote, in which they talk about the idea of like an alcoholic who wakes up feeling terrible from the alcohol and then drinks alcohol to feel better. Which is not necessarily a foreign idea. But it does go into the idea of addiction. The engraving reads, Jerome, cheers to the beginning of forever, love, Leonora. It smells of decent whiskey, cheap cologne, and old cigarettes. Alright, we'll check up on that later on. Right now, we're already on our own diversion, that being going through these apartments, rather than going to the OCI. Hello, how are you? Maybe a little overkill, using a heavy gun to kill a sprat.
This is my second month on Adrenatime. It's like the color came back. Like I was tuned to the wrong band all this time, and now the static's gone. I'm finally clear-headed, focused. There's so much I'm excited to do. I feel like me again. Side effects? I guess I've noticed people staring at me a lot more lately. Hard to talk to them sometimes. Feels like they don't get it. Maybe they just don't trust it. Or maybe they don't trust me.
Although I suppose that's the thing. Like, how is your perception of yourself and the world around you versus how does the world perceive you to be? The example that I would give is from Futurama. There's an episode where Fry, he wins a contest. I forgot exactly what's going on in regards to the contest. But he wins a contest and wins, like, $300. And he uses it to buy 300 cups of coffee. And he uses it all in one day. To buy 300 cups of coffee in one day. And by the end of the day, like, he is literally just vibrating all over the place. Because of all of the caffeine he's pumped into himself. The room he is on fire, and all he can notice is the coffee. And he drinks that 300th cup of coffee, and suddenly he feels this kind of zen-like experience. Everything seems to slow down. Everything seems to make sense and clarify itself around him. Huh. I wonder if this connects to, the south... Nope. Accidentally hit way too many buttons. And it shows him, like, running around the fire, saving people, just calmly picking people up, carrying them out of the fire, dropping them off outside. And then it cuts to, like, what he actually looks like. And he looks like a twittering, like, vibrating madman who just can't stop moving. So, like, that's the question I have about Adrenatime. How does somebody look like when they're on Adrenatime? Is there that, because that's the thing, that's the feeling that adrenatime gives you. And then there is what you actually look like physically using that drug. Like, how do others perceive you while you are high? We've been through a lot together, old friend. But they just blared the evacuation orders. Guess that's the end of Gorgon. For the record, you're my favorite comms tower in the whole system. I'll never forget you. Love, Technician number 13, junior grade. Fancy seeing me here. The last escaped shuttle left a few of us in its dust. Never seen anyone lift off in such a hurry. We scattered like roaches. It's every man and woman for themselves now. You're still up and running, I see. Looks like only one employee left with their tracker flipped on. What a rube. Signing off. For good this time. You take care of yourself, comms tower. Don't forget to stand up straight like I taught you. Best, Technician number 13, junior grade. I'm glad we were able to learn the story of Technician number 13, junior grade. And the comms tower still is standing up straight. Sprat, you may live. Hold on. What was the numbers on that? 56. All right. What are their numbers on their hats? 49 and 58. So Ellie could use that one because she does get... Sometimes it's hard to tell what their armor is going to be because their bonuses aren't turned on until after they put on the armor. Let us pick up the adrenatime. I have not used adrenatime at all in this game. There we go. Another set of marauders taken care of. If marauders don't really speak to each other, how do they travel through space? Although I suppose the Ravagers of, what is it called? Firefly and Serenity travel through space well enough, so... there is that. Vortex Mace Ultra. Okay, this just circles back around to there. Can I just jump over? Like, how much damage would I take if I fall down from this ladder rather than... I'll just not be lazy. I'll just climb. Also, something I forget about in this game is the dodge mechanic. I don't think I've ever really used it. And this just goes... Huh. It looks like there are a couple things north of here. Like, my goal is still the ICU, the incubation
Never seen a corporation
creation.
spend this much on a place only to let it rust. Except for Monarch and Scylla and Emerald Vale. Okay, I take it back.
Whatever happened here must have been real bad. If Spacer's Choice just up and abandoned it.
Or at the very least, the cost of fixing it outweighed the cost of just dropping it entirely. Which doesn't necessarily say much about Spacer's Choice. As their slogan goes, they're not the best choice. They're the Spacer's Choice. Oh, hold on. I don't know why somebody had a cash register in a tent, but I guess that's some free bits. Alright, so there's whatever this building is. Marauders, I see? Marauders, I see. Oh, hello. Alright, there goes that guy. I think they're all on Adrenatime. Like, the way they're moving around, they're just kind of like rushing forward.
That's gotta hurt. That's the last of them.
Thank you for announcing when the fight is done. What is this hunting rifle hyper? Basically a better version of that gun, which is not particularly good. Ooh, a better assault rifle. I think the one I've got is only $629. And then this one is $1208. Okay, 1 second. Alright, swapped a few things around. I'm going to try out this better revolver, which I have just picked up. Hopefully it'll do some good at stopping bad guys. Human inquiry and auditing, which I don't have the passkey for. I'm guessing I'm going to have to come back here at some point. Is this for an elevator? Yeah, that's for an elevator that's going back to the main section. Or to the bar. For now, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.